Okay, Barry, it's your 56th pre-season all told in your footballing career. Obviously, we're out here in Portugal. How does this one compare the first week?
Well, I remember the first one I had at Man United. We never seen a ball for a week. All we done was run, and run. So I was absolutely delighted that on the first day of this, our new manager Grant McCann had the balls out the very first day, because players do a lot of work with the ball, and I've been very impressed with Grant's training sessions out here. You know, sometimes 3 a day, which is a lot in the heat and all that. But it's all about the ball. It's all about ball work and things like that. So great. Squad's terrific. I've had a busy summer. You know, I think tomorrow we put in 6, if not 7 new contracts, July the 1st. So there's been a lot of work by everybody. Obviously Grant talking to the players, me talking to the agents, me talking to other clubs to get it all here. But the gaffer's identified his targets, and apart from one, we've got every one of them so far. So he's very pleased with the squad. I'm delighted with the skill I've seen out there, the attitude I've seen out there, the application I've seen out there, and we're all raring to go. You know, we're all looking forward to a great season.
Obviously, we've had players coming in, even this week, flying out to join us. Obviously, the job also entails getting some out as well. And there's some left in England who are obviously are due to find new clubs, and that's the challenge now, I guess.
Yeah, it is. The big problem is, even when you've got clubs interested in players, you know, they get their agents involved, and the agents are trying to get them the best deals, and it's held up because it's frustrating. Because, to be fair to the gaffer, you know, we got 30 odd players. He don't want to go back home to 30 odd players because it's too many to manage. But the beauty about the gaffer is he's honest. He tells players straight. You know, you can't see him getting in his side, and it would be better if they move on. If they're still here, but they won't be involved. So the choice is theirs, really. And some of them's young players, and they need to get out to develop their own ability and careers. So talks are ongoing. I'd have liked to seen a few gone out before we got a few in. But, you know, so far that's not the case. Not that we haven't had the interest, that the players or their agents haven't agreed either long-term loan deals or permanent deals.
Yeah, a couple of those on the transfer list obviously have been involved in the first team, so you'd expect interest in those from other clubs. And I guess the phone has been ringing. Well, it has been ringing, I know, because you've heard your ringtone. It's been ringing quite a lot out here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's been lots of activity and things like that. But the two main ones really is obviously Jack Payne, who we bought for a lot of money, who's not in Grant's plans, and we've given him a free transfer now. So he's free to go and sign for whoever he wants. Mainly because he wasn't here for a year last year. We had a deal with Orient where we sold him, and we also got big things, but because of Orient, he doesn't want to go there now, so we left in limbo with that one. You know, if the player doesn't sign the contract, then we've had it. So there has been 2 big inquiries from clubs in lower leagues than us that want Jack, and we'll match his financial package here, but he doesn't want to drop that low, so it's up to him really. Luke James is the other one. Had a deal with Hartlepool. All dealt. He spoke to Craig Ignett. He loves the boy. Worked his socks off while he was at Hartlepool. They got some great results to get him out of trouble. He wants him. He didn't score goals, but Craig was assistant manager before there, and he felt that he could get goals out of. I'd done a deal with their chairman, and to be honest, their chairman's Welsh done the deal, so I can't do nothing about that. That's after a month of negotiation with Luke, and to be fair to Luke, he dropped his wages. You know, we all took a cut on Luke, but it's not to happen. So we did have Portsmouth and Oxford interested, but because he was going to Hartlepool, that's waned a bit. So it's a frustrating one for Luke. So he's got to come back. He's still got an house in Stamford, I think. So his wife's having their first baby, so it's a bit frustrating for everybody concerned with that one.
Obviously, a couple of the young lads, obviously Jordan Nicholson who joined last season and Harry Anderson who's obviously come through the youth ranks, will be available for loans, I guess?
Well, basically, it makes sense. We like both players. We think both players have got ability, and both players may be included in Grant's future squads. But they're both wingers, and at the minute we're playing the Diamonds, so therefore we need to get them out for them to develop their own personal careers. The only way they'll improve is by playing every week. And at the moment, you know, we've got a few clubs for them, and the boys are talking to those clubs while we're away here, and hopefully when we go back next Monday, that they'll have agreed to go somewhere, but that will only be a loan, and it'll only be a loan for 6 months or possibly a year, with a recall in January if we require it. So there's plenty of things going on. The unfortunate thing is nothing's happening as quick as what we want it to.
Yeah, the other one that hasn't been mentioned, obviously Harry Burman is the other man who's back in England, and obviously, given the amount of games he played last season, I'd imagine that people are inquiring, if nothing else, for his services.
Who?
Harry Buterman.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah. Again, I'll be honest. We've had a lot of inquiries about him, but the main one is from Swindon. Swindon manager fancies him very strong. Harry's obviously would like to go there. I spoke to Lee Power about the situation over in Portugal a couple of weeks ago at the chairman's thing. He's got plenty of money, Lee. He's done brilliant on the Josie. He's got 800 grand. He thought he had a big sell on, but I found out from Leeds he ain't got a sell on at all. So all that 800 grand's burning a hole in his pocket, and I've only asked him for a few bob of that, and he's reluctant to give me it so far. But I believe the agents have spoke to Swindon. Swindon want him, but we haven't done a deal yet.
And obviously, away from here, Connor Washington in the Euros, how proud were you as a director of football, someone who brought Connor to the football club, to see him do so well on the international stage?
Absolutely brilliant. As everybody keeps saying, you know, 5 years ago he was a postman at St Ives. We had him in the football club. He walked out the football club saying, this standard's too good for me at the minute. He went lower down to Newport. He'd done great. We bought him. He walked out on Newport to come here. He was very brave, and it's worked out terrific. Chairman in particular has had a lot of confidence in Connor, even when he had ups and downs, which all strikers do. But for him to actually play for us and then play for Northern Ireland in a friendly, and then go to the Euros and actually play and have a contribution to their outstanding performances, one way or the other. Do you realise he's now played 8 times for Northern Ireland? Incredible. And it looks like he's there to stay. So we had a part of that development, and we're very proud of that, very pleased with that. And of course we got a few extra bobs, so that always helps matters.
And just finally, as a passionate Englishman, obviously we watched the England-Iceland game, but Roy Hodgson's obviously left the post. Are you putting your hat in the ring, Baz?
Definitely not. I phoned them up and they went, Barry who? I mean, that's got to be the most disappointing night I've had in football, because I felt that there was nobody in the competition that I really feared. If we clicked, we could even win it. And it was the worst performance ever from an English team. No passion, no commitment. Passing went. It was just awful from start to finish. I could not believe it. And I've got to be honest, I ain't slept since, because although I'm passionate about England, I'm also passionate about football. And when England do well in Euros or World Cups, it gets the whole nation at it. And you'll find that when we have done, which isn't very often, but you look back and the crowds are bigger, and I felt we was going to get that buzz and get that enthusiasm back for international football, and it's what an underachievement that was. Shocking.
You actually said before that you fancied Alan Pardew for the job a couple of months ago. If Hodgson left, is he still the man for you?
No.
You've changed your mind?
Yeah. Glenn was a man. He should have never left England. He didn't leave England on football reasons, left England on ridiculous other reasons. And also Roy, in all fairness, Roy, that they should have given the job to Harry Redknapp at the time they give it to Roy. No disrespect to Roy, but the whole nation, every manager, every player, every fan wanted Harry Redknapp as manager, like they did Brian Clough all them years ago. And the FA completely ignored him. Harry never even had an interview. Disgrace. So God knows what they'll do this time.